Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading A Cat's Suitor by Lavender Cherry on Tumblr. So let's get into it. If someone would have told Cats that in the future he'll meet someone that'll make him fall so hard in love, he would have laughed. Yet, here he was, mind fuzzy, by the side of you and his newborn, while his heart was loudly beating inside of him. It didn't matter how much he spent with you, or how many months he shared his life with you. It always made him fall in love, over and over again. He thought that he'll always focus on his hero career, and that nothing else besides that would have the same importance. He thought that nothing could top the feeling of being a successful hero, nor a satisfaction of every battle he won. But you were the exception to that rule. Your smile, your eyes, the nice words you would always say to him, the small yet wholesome gestures you do for him, all of them brought to a feeling of fascination and pure love. Whenever you would share your affection with him, he would always end up awestricken. You would always end up making him nervous. Maybe during the first date, or the day when you walked down the aisle, sealing your lives together for eternity, or even when you came back home from a long, exhausting day. You always made him speechless by the amount of love that you would shower him with. Your breakdown was unique. He knew every single scar on your body, every single stretch mark, every mole, everything. He was sure that he was asked to. You could easily draw them with closed eyes. If he was not your glycerin, you were the spark of fire that was necessary to make him explode. The day you became his was like yesterday in his mind. Your shiny eyes always sparkled his thoughts whenever he was with you. Your smile brightening the features on your face, the small blush that coated your cheeks while you put the ring on your finger, and the joyful tears that you shed on the day. It was utterly beautiful and perfect. But I sure did not expect was to find himself getting emotional too. It was overwhelming, having you all dressed in white, an off-shoulder gown that made you look like a queen. And to him, you were one. He thought that his cheesiness was cringeworthy, but the blush along with whichever things that he stuttered were everything to him. Even if Kaminari would tease him with all the romantic things he said to you, Katsuki thought it was worth it. Your reactions always made him proud of making you blush. And although his friends made fun of him for crying at his own wedding, he didn't care much. Your surprised reaction, the way you hugged him tightly, engulfing him into a lovely embrace, was everything that he cared about. He could spend hours watching you get him ready, or watching you cook, clean, etc. He never grew bored of seeing you, even if you did nothing at all. He always found himself staring lovingly at you. You would always space out, replaying in his mind every single moment that he had had with you. Even though there were sad moments, or happy ones, he cherished them all. His nose nestled into the crook of your neck, and he hung the son that he now considers home. Honey, I have to breastfeed. Can you scooch over a little? You asked, holding your newborn that looks exactly like your husband. Katsuki lowly whined, loosened the grip you had on your waist, while silently watching the two of you. Even the way you lulled your child was truly mesmerizing, making him forget about the food I was currently cooking. The room soon filling up with a familiar smell of burnt. Dad, look at the food! The additional feminine voice that screamed at him made him quickly turn around, shifting his gaze over the stove. His eyes widened in slight panic, mentally cursing himself for getting the food. The 14-year-old girl was quick to jump in front of the stove and save the pot with the food from further damage, while Katsuki promptly turned it off and then opened the windows. He curiously turned around, watching as your daughter and husband verbally fought each other. Katsuki scolding her for getting too close to the fire, while forgetting to check on the food. Mom, is dinner ready? At the other voice, you turned to look at your side. Your middle side, Hiroki, was tugging in your sweatpants, looking curiously at you. A small smile played on your lips as you nodded, telling him to go and take a seat at the large table. Honey, Tatsuki, said the table. We should be eating by now. Your gentle voice caught their attention, making both their heads turn to look at you. Satsuki that had your eye color, and Katsuki's blonde hair was faster at taking the dishes and displaying them on the table, while Katsuki followed in her footsteps, soon arranging the food in the middle. It would have been done by now if that wasn't a forgetful shithead. She grumbled under her breath, taking Itsuki from your arms and playing a little with him. Watch your language, brat. You're only 14. And who are you calling shithead, huh? Katsuki said, narrowing his eyes at her. His daughter sadly took Katsuki's personality traits, along with his colorful vocabulary. While he had no problem with that, seeing as your husband used to you like that too, Katsuki didn't like it. You're the one to talk. Grandma told me that you started swearing at the age of 9, she said, patting her brother's head while letting him like you were doing before she took him. Katsuki grumbled under his breath, playfully annoyed what his daughter pointed out. That doesn't mean you can do it. Seeing as you kept going on it, you laughed, getting both of their attention. Stop bickering, you two. We have time for that later. Right now, we have to eat, you said, taking a seat in front of Satsuki, while Katsuki sat next to you. Pet sounds is short-lived in the Bakugou household. But not even after 3 minutes later, your daughter and Katsuki began to bicker once again. Although his daughter always gives him a hard time, he loves it. He loves her, and he loves his family, and he would never trade them for anything else in the world. Perhaps what his friend said is true. You, along with the beautiful brats that you had blessed him with, were his weakness, and will always be. And that, for once, was something that Katsuki didn't mind. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as I did making it. Anyway, goodbye.